Hey everybody, what's going on? William Grazione here with my amazing wife.
Hi.
Tanya. Pretty soon I'm not going to have to say that anymore.
No,
they're going to know.
Okay.
Anyway, so a question that we've been getting a lot is how should you structure, or what kind of framework should you create around your first 30 days postpartum? So who better to talk to than my woman over here who has had 4 babies?
Right. Well,
obviously
it took
you
me
learn
a
along
few.
the way.
Yeah.
I mean, you probably didn't get it down till your 3rd, 4th baby.
Yes.
Maybe you didn't even get it down till the 4th baby.
Yes.
So this is coming from somebody who has a tremendous amount of experience with this, not only helping herself, but helping other women who are postpartum. So I figured, why not just create a video on the first 30 days postpartum that would really benefit a lot of the women here who may have just had a child. Because I think oftentimes women postpartum are feeling pressure from outside sources, right? They're feeling pressure from, whether it be their friends, they're feeling pressure from their family, they're feeling pressure to go back to work.
They're online looking at all these pictures and why don't I look like her? Why don't, you know? Society
places that on us, and it's definitely not fair. So I want to have Tanya go ahead and just talk a bit about her experiences, what she would recommend, and really just some actionable takeaways that you guys can take from the video and implement into your own postpartum, or help some of your friends who may be postpartum who just don't know what to do.
So I believe the best thing you can do is prepare for your postpartum. So many women do not prepare. You prepare more for your nurseries. I'm throwing this out there, ladies. I'm sorry, but it drives me absolutely insane that there's way more preparation put into your nursery than there is your labor and delivery, than there is your postpartum period. And your postpartum period is extremely crucial. I mean, those hormones are fluctuating. You're physically and emotionally drained. I think is the best medicine for your postpartum is taking 30, 40 days like many other cultures do, and not doing anything. Nurturing your baby, staying home, nurturing yourself, eating warm foods, nutritious foods.
What culture was it that you had told me about before birth of Ocean and Maximus? So you said that the culture themselves, they take 30 days, and it's like they have friends and family
30 or 40. The Asians, the Chinese culture, There's a really great book on that, actually, called The First 40 Days.
The Asians also, an Asian culture. I'm actually dark Japanese, by the way, if you guys weren't aware of that.
I knew you were something.
So what would you recommend, and what do they recommend for recovery purposes? Because obviously during that period of time, circulation is going to be huge, right?
Yeah.
So what do they recommend for food sources, fluid sources, and things like that to help improve circulation, so that those red blood cells can really get in there and do the job that they're responsible for?
Well, they say warm, nothing cold. They don't drink anything cold. Even showers, though. Some don't even.
Hot showers, So hot showers, improving circulation.
Well, some don't even. They don't wash
shower.
their hair because the coldness. Yes.
Very interesting. And then warm liquids such as a variety of different kinds of soups.
Broths,
drinking teas, drinking broths, anything warm that can help increase the internal heat of your body to improve circulation, get all of those red blood cells wherever they need to go to, again, help to support the recovery of that postpartum process. What else, babe?
Visitation.
Minimal visitation.
So staying on top of that. Remember, this is your baby. This is
good. This is
your
good.
body.
I know where you're going. This is good.
Postpartum period.
Yeah.
No, I mean, family members are going to get mad at you. I've had that happen before. I love you, family. However, I understand that the more people that are coming in, the more people that I feel like I have to entertain. Because what's the first thing people come in? Like, they'll say, hi, how are you, Tanya? You know, how you feeling? But then they go straight to my baby.
When can I come see the baby?
So it's not...
They never say, when can I come see the mama?
No, it's not really about me. And I've had visitors come before.
Right.
Thank God not family, but I've had visitors come before with previous babies to where they just come right in and they're like, hi, how are you? they go and pick the baby up and they ask for something to drink.
Right.
I'm not a hostess. You are not a hostess. You are there to recover. You are physically, mentally, emotionally, you're drained. All you should be doing right now is feeding your baby, feeding yourself, cuddling your baby, and sleeping. That's it.
Covering yourself.
Low stress. And if that means keeping certain people away for a certain amount of time, you do it. This is all about you.
You want that postpartum environment, at least from my experience.
Yes.
Obviously, I'm just the husband here.
Very important part.
But
because you were my protector, my advocate. Correct. He was my gatekeeper.
Correct. And men, what you want to do is you want to create the best possible environment for recovery for your woman postpartum you possibly can. Mm-hmm. Now, guys, that does not mean that you allow all of these people into your house. That does not mean that you create an environment where your wife is responsible for doing a bunch of other things when she just pushed a baby out of her body. That means you create an environment where she can actually recover from the birth of the baby. So whatever you can do in your power to make sure that she doesn't have to move, that's what you should do.
Even advocate though, so when family and friends are contacting her, that's not our job. That's not, because then I'm getting stressed out, feeling guilty, feeling bad, like, oh man, she really wants to come, but now I feel bad. Right. I'm 2 days post, I'm bleeding through diapers and pads, and I'm sitting in ice packs. I'm a hot mess at this point. Right. I don't want to have to be responsible for that. So ahead of time.
So one of our roles as men, yes, would be to say, anybody who wants to come over out of respect and courtesy for your wife, look, we have decided as a family that we are not going to have any visitors for the first 30 days.
As a family, that's
postpartum, okay? Because again, you do not want your wife to be excessively stressed out. You, again, want to create the best environment possible to allow her to recover.
And the germs coming into your house too. Now, they may not be sick at the moment. However, they could still be carriers of, you know.
Yeah. So, yes, create the optimal environment so your wife can recover. And what I would say too is that just from a food perspective, oftentimes I've noticed, at least with Tanya, that she has a tendency to not feel very hungry or not want to eat very often. So what I kind of have to do is kind of keep trying to push food on her. So, you know, like I would try to make the big things of soup, just like I said, hot liquids. Make sure there's protein in there, make sure there's vegetables in there, carbohydrates, there's fats in there, make sure all of the macronutrient requirements are met, and try to keep them well fed. Again, how do you expect their body to be able to recover if the energy availability required to do that is not there? Feed your women, keep them as well hydrated as possible, plenty of fluids, plenty of teas, and again, environment is key.
But what if women don't have you? Then you can hire, you need to start setting aside financially. If you can set aside a little bit during your pregnancy, hire a postpartum doula. She's magic. She is magic.
And they do that. So, can you talk about that?
Well, yeah, I can. There are, and I can refer you. There are many postpartum doulas. Yeah, there's a lot in I refer out all the time just because I have 4 kids and I can only take on a select number of clients, but I will never turn a woman away. But postpartum doulas, they come and they help you. You are there to take care of your baby. So they're doing everything else. You're feeding your baby. If you need us to do your dishes, put a load of laundry in. Do you feel better with your floors swept? I'll sweep your floors. Whatever you need, I'm in there cooking for you. Do you need soup? I'm going to make you some soup. Whatever you need, I can take care of other children. And I don't know what the realms of what other postpartum doulas do. However, we basically can do whatever whatever you need. But that needs to be set in stone during your pregnancy. So after that, we know what you need us there for. But I'm not there to take the baby away from you. I want the baby with you, you feeding the baby, you creating that bond. I'm there to help with you. Do you need a new pad on? I need to make sure that you're staying hydrated.
And honestly, that's gonna take for most women, because I know how you are and I know how a lot of other women are.
To ask for help?
That's gonna take a big commitment on behalf of the the nursing mother or the non-nursing mother, whatever, the recovering mother, that's going to take a big commitment on your behalf, because oftentimes there's this sense of pride that I'm a mom, I'm a woman, I can do all of that, and I don't need. But what you have to think about is what's more important. Is it more important for me, the mom who's taking care of the baby, to be up sweeping my floors and cleaning my house? Or is it more important to have that skin-to-skin contact,
I love you. Yes,
spend all of that time bonding with your child and all of that? So make that commitment to yourself and your baby. Leave the floor sweeping and the dishwashing to somebody. You can pay them to do that for you, because that moment of bonding may not happen again.
Well, it doesn't happen. I don't care how many children you have. You never get that back. Every single baby is different. I've bonded differently with every single baby, and every single baby needs that time and that experience. It's different. So you never, you never get that back.
Yes.
So that's why I scream from the rooftops on how important postpartum is. And as far as because I've had women ask me, exercise it. How quick can I get back? Or, no. And the more that I've learned in even with my doula training, and the more education that I have under my belt, I realize that, boy, did I have it wrong for so many years. And now I just know, we're bleeding. Our amazing uterus needs time to heal. And that takes a while. Usually we have heavy bleeding. It can last, a week, 2 weeks. I had it for a few weeks this time. I don't know if it was with baby number 4. I had a little heavier bleeding this time around. All in all, my bleeding was gone by around 35-40 days, and it was really light towards the end. And that's kind of when, and after when I took this 30-day sit period, I welcomed exercise. I was so ready. And I know before in the past that I would try to rush it, and it didn't feel good. I'd be in the garage what am I doing? I don't want to do this. But I felt pressured to do it, because I felt like I need to get my body back. And this time I was like, nope, just give me all the foods. I'm going to heal from the inside out. And I'm going to take my time. And then that way, when I'm ready, I'm healed. I'm not only healed physically, but I'm healed mentally. Yeah, so I think that the concept of healing needs to be looked at more from an internal perspective. Inside out. And not a superficial, external, aesthetic perspective. It all comes. It'll come. But I think also, though, that came with a lot of maturity as well. Not having to be confined to, I have to aesthetically look a specific way because society tells me that I have to bounce back after my pregnancy, but more so you being mature enough and you being educated enough to be able to take a step back and say, no, I'm not going to confine to societal norms. I'm going to take care of my internals. I'm going to take care of my recovery first, so that I can then approach fitness in a more internal way. Now, and I'm not saying after, say, 3-4 weeks pass, and you're close to your 30-day mark, and you want to take a walk with the family, or that's fine. I'm talking more of just exercise, stressing out your body. Yeah. So going to the gym, right, and doing 4 sets of 12 on a barbell back squat is not the best thing for you. Taking walks is very calming. It's very low stress. Once your bleeding has stopped. Correct. And again, you don't want to tip your stress scale too much. So imagine that we could create this stress scale, right? And on one side, you just had a baby. How much stress is that on your system? Oh, it's a massive amount of stress, right? So your stress scale is freaking gnarly, way out of control. And we're trying to get it back normalized over the course of time. But if we continuously start to compound caloric deficits, I need to get my body back. Go back into the gym every day. Again, more stress. Caloric deficits and resistance training are stress. So you're constantly keeping yourself in this highly stressed state, whereas what would be ideal would be to take that first 30-40 days, allow this stress scale to tip back to normal, allow all of your hormones to normalize, so that you can actually get back into your fitness regime being level. That's good. That's so good. Yes. She likes it. Yes. That's awesome, babe. Got anything else you want to give to the people? Just take care of yourself. Amen. And prepare and educate. So if you're watching this and you're pregnant, please, if you only got one thing out of this video, prepare for your postpartum, because
Absolutely.
it's a beautiful, beautiful, sacred time.
Absolutely.
And I mean, for me, I know a lot of people are like, oh, I felt fine and I could work out after 2 weeks. That's cool. Go ahead. You know, that's fine if you want to go ahead and do that. I know a lot of women that, you know, and smart women, they're still starting out slowly. But that's just my opinion, and my recommendation is to take 30 days off.
Beautiful.
And have that sitting period.
Thank
30
you,
days off.
Awesome job.
Ooh.
Much love, y'all. William.
Tanya.
Peace.